15-year-old Doug Waller are suing 42-year-old assistant football coach Brad Zarbach for assaulting Doug during a football game. Brad says he was just breaking up a fight.
Come to order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Now, this is case number 376 on the calendar in the matter of Waller versus Zarbach. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats, please.
Mrs. Waller, this is your son. What's your first name?
Doug.
What?
Doug.
Doug. Doug was playing football on the 27th of October of this year, and according to you, during the course of the game, he was assaulted by the defendant, who was the coach on the opposing team.
Yes.
You want the defendant to pay for all of his medical bills and for punitive damages as a result of that assault.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant says it was your son who was way out of line and that he did not assault him. He merely tried to negotiate a confrontation that was going on that was really, at least in part, precipitated by your son. Fair statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you were involved in an altercation. Is that right, Doug?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what happened.
There was a fumble in the football game, and...
Now, I want you to understand something before we go any further. This is what I know about football.
Okay.
The only thing I know about football is it interferes with Sundays, and they don't run around bases. So don't get technical with me.
All right, a fumble is where the person carrying the ball drops the ball, and that means everybody is scrambling around to get the ball. And so there was a pile, and I was on top of a kid, and he said, "Let me
You
in."
were on top of the pile.
Yeah, well, I was like in the pile on top of another young man. And the kid said, "Let me up and I'll kick your butt," or something, because
Okay.
yeah. And so when I was getting up, I got pushed from the back, and then me and another kid started fighting.
That's not true.
Just a second. Want to
And-
get to you in a second.
And then
So you pile on this pile, because I've seen that. How many people were under you on the pile?
I think only just the one kid that said, "Let me up."
Now, the kid that was right under you was on top of another kid. Is that right?
I don't think so. I think
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
Just a second.
I think
Well, if you fumble and somebody's got the ball, I know this much. Somebody's holding on to this ball, you know? Is that right?
That's right.
And then somebody is on top of them because they've gotten them down. Right?
That's right.
Okay. So that sounds more right to me.
Okay.
So you got somebody from your team that's got the ball underneath.
Yeah.
See, I'm picking
No.
up this game.
That's from my team.
From
My team
your
recovered the
team,
fumble. Yes, ma'am.
and then somebody from his team was on top.
The guy, our quarterback, was underneath the bottom of the pile, and 2 or 3 players from his team were in the pile, and he was the last guy on top of the pile.
He was the last guy on top of the
He
pile.
was the last guy on top of the pile.
Does that sound right to you, Doug?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, just so that I can understand this, you already got a lot of guys on this pile, so the ball's not going anywhere.
Right.
Why do you jump on top of the pile?
It's just it was going somewhere when I jumped on the pile.
No.
No,
There were a lot of people on top of the pile, so it wasn't going on. You just jump up on, because I've seen that, you know, a bunch of morons jumping on top of a pile until it gets to be very high. So you just jump on to jump on. Yeah. And the person below you said, "Get off of me," and then there was a fight.
Yes, ma'am.
So what happened as a result of that fight?
When we started fighting, he came.
Why were you fighting, by the way?
Ma'am,
We're going to get to you.
okay.
We're going to get to you. Because we're going to refresh Doug's recollection if he can, because, you know, Doug is how old?
15.
They got a lot of testosterone when they're 15.
Yes,
Sometimes it interferes with memory.
That's true.
So my question is, why were you fighting?
Because when I was getting up off the pile, a kid pushed me from the back.
Do you know who that was?
And it shows it on the tape.
Just a second. Do you know who that was?
No, I don't know.
All right, so he pushed you.
do.
And what happened as a result of being pushed?
Me and another kid off the opposing team started fighting.
Not the kid who pushed you.
No.
This is all such an intelligent game. So somebody else pushed you and somebody from the other team, and you started to fight.
The one that said, "Get up, and I'm going to kick your butt."
Okay. And so the two of you were fighting, punching each other?
Yes.
No, ma'am. There's no punching ball, my guy.
I'm going to get to you. Punching each other? What else were you doing to each other?
We just, I'm pretty sure we just punched at the start.
Where were you punching each other?
Everywhere. Just,
Everywhere. And then you say the defendant came up.
yeah.
And what did the defendant do?
He grabbed me by my face mask and like yanked me down to the ground, and then I was punched in the back. Right
Well,
here.
who punched you?
I think him. He was
So you don't know?
Absolutely not.
Just a second. You don't know who punched you?
The tape shows a struggle of some sort.
Just a second. I'm going to look at the tape. I'm asking him questions. He pulled you down by the mask, by that thing that you wear, and got you to the ground. And then somebody hit you when you were on the ground. But you don't know who hit you.
No.
He was still standing over him.
You were there, I assume, at the game. And then what happened?
And then the police officers went out and got like all the players out of there and started talking to my dad, and then that was pretty much it. Everybody left.
Well, let me ask you this question, Doug.
Okay.
Before I look at the tape and before I hear the defendant, do you think you did anything wrong that day?
Yes.
What did you do wrong?
Instigated a fight, probably.
Reacted to another child.
Don't speak. You instigated a fight. And what do you think the defendant did on that day?
Assaulted me.
Did he try to stop the fight?
I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
Did he try to stop the fight?
Yeah.
Now, do you think that if someone hadn't intervened, you and this other boy would have continued to fight?
Probably not. Because after that, everybody was out on the field. They had police officers and everything, so.
And who do you think started all of that?
Just me getting pushed in the back.
Listen, they play football and they slam into each other. They slam and they body slam and they jump on top of piles and everything else. And you got pushed.
But the play was over.
Just a second. You got pushed. Did you fall down and break anything when you got pushed?
No, man.
Somebody just gave you a shove. You didn't even lose your footing, right?
I fell forward, but I didn't.
You didn't lose your footing.
Yeah.
You lurched a little bit. And then the fight was on. And then you were hurt.
Yes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 15-year-old Doug Waller says opposing football coach Brad Zarbach assaulted him during a game. Brad says Doug started a fight with one of his players.
You were hurt? How were you hurt?
I was pulled down to the ground and punched.
Well, I heard that you were pulled down to the ground, and that he did, and he acknowledges that he grabbed you by a mask and immobilized you. We don't know who punched you. Tell me about the injuries that you sustained.
Concussion, vertebrae.
I have a.
You have a physician's report.
I'd like to see it, please.
I don't know what they're called.
Also, our Dr. Bills.
I'd like to see the report first. And I assumed that October 27th was the last day you played football.
Yes, ma'am.
That's probably a real good thing.
May I say
Chess
something?
may be a good thing. Yeah, I'm going to let you say something as soon as I hear the defendant. Okay, let me hear what you have to say.
In a nutshell, Your Honor, I'm a state licensed EMT. I fixed kids that were hurt, and on this particular play, the number 6 on their team was hurt through the struggle of the fumble. And I was running out to the field. This kid was laying down, and he wasn't moving.
You mean the kid under the pile?
Yeah, he was kind of on the bottom. One of the kids on the bottom of the pile. He was on from their team.
Speak slowly.
He got hurt in the crashes. I mean, everybody who's in the fumble gets, often there's injuries that happen because of top of the head collisions.
So you ran out.
So I ran out, and I just got to the kid, number 6 on their team, to try to help him and figure out what was wrong. And then as I stood up, the number 6 got up and went away. And I guess he was all right. As I stood up and looked, I saw the defendant turn around and just start punching the quarterback. And there wasn't much of a fight because the quarterback was laying on the ground and he couldn't punch anybody. He was just trying to probably cover himself up. And at that time, I grabbed his face mask.
You mean he was standing up and punching him?
Yeah, the defendant was standing up and punching the guy on the ground. And the videotape shows that clearly. But there wasn't much of a fight because he was just beating on this poor quarterback of ours. So I got there. I thought, man, what do I do with this kid? I mean, look, he's wailing on this. I don't want to have 2 people to work on. So I
grabbed him by his face mask.
Grabbed him by his face mask. And face masks are engineered. Can I tell you a bit about face masks?
Don't tell me the whole thing. If you put your hand there, you can pull him down.
Yeah, you can pull them down, but also they're engineered to stop at the breastplate of the shoulder pads so your head doesn't ever get hyperextended, so you don't ever have any problems. It's one of the designs of a football helmet, and that's why I brought it, because this is pretty close to his football helmet. It just comes down onto the breastplate, so this doesn't hurt anybody to do this. And if you want me to show you on some...
Don't show me, I understand. He doesn't claim that he was hurt as a result of having this done to him. He says he was punched.
Yeah, well, I didn't punch. So what happened, I got him on the ground, and I said, stop it, stop it, stop it. And then Coach Mathis came out and grabbed me and said, get off the field. So I let go of his face mask, picked up a quarterback, and ran to the sideline. And that was the end of the incident.
Who's
Never-
Coach Mathis?
He's the president of the league and a coach.
Are you the coach for which team?
I'm the head coach for
For our football
Zarbach's
For
team.
your football team?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, you wanted to say something.
Yes, as the gentleman was saying about the helmet, as he had my son's head down below his knees, that opened up a space between his shoulders and his head mask.
He was
As my
kneeling
son,
down.
my turn, please. As my son came off of the field, he was gagging and vomiting, which generally, unfortunately, as my medical bills say, is generally a head trauma.
He didn't have a head trauma.
A neck trauma, a head trauma. He has a concussion. It's what's written on the doctor's thing. If he had not grabbed my son, he should have been grabbing his own players. That is the referee's job to break up fights, not
I would
this
like to
gentleman
say-
to come out there. My son this is my youngest child. I have never physically assaulted my children, corporal punishment at all. If somebody was going to do that, he should have done that to his own players, not my son.
Ma'am, I'm
Okay,
not
now,
doing that.
just a second. Now I hear it. Now let me see the tapes.
But let me tell you one quick thing, can I? Please?
Yeah.
After I got my team to the sideline, his coach had run over into the middle of the fracas, and apparently the defendant decided to bolt, and he started running straight toward me. Now, what his intentions were, I don't know, but he was on full speed. His coach grabbed him around his arms, and so he couldn't catch himself, and slammed him to the ground.
A 100-pound man versus
Just
200-pound man.
Ma'am,
Madam.
he's not a-
Madam.
He was a 200.
Listen, you know, you're not in a kindergarten class now defending your child.
He was a.
Shh. Listen to me. Doug. My eyes. Did your coach come out and restrain you at any point after this?
Yes, ma'am.
He slammed me.
Shut up.
Thank you.
When did your coach come out to restrain you?
After the incident was pretty much over.
After
Well,
the
there was-
defendant, listen to me, I didn't finish the question. After the defendant immobilized you and got you to the ground, it was after that that your coach restrained you? Well, where were you when your coach had to restrain you?
Well, most of the teams were grouped together. and
Yes.
I was in my side of the field, and there was still like a little kind of ruffus going on.
So after, you're irritating me.
I'm sorry.
So after this whole thing happened, when you were nauseous and vomiting and everything else, after this, you were continuing the altercation because your coach came out and restrained you.
I vomited after that.
After your coach restrained you or before?
After.
Now, did your coach have to restrain anyone else?
Well, he grabbed kids and got them out of the fight.
Did he have to physically put his hands around anybody else other than you? So would it be fair to say, Doug, that you were the one who was involved in most of the acting out at that moment when your coach came over to restrain you?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, what were you doing?
Just caught up in the moment.
No, not caught up with the moment. What were you doing when your coach came out to restrain you?
I was running over towards their side of the field,
Running over to do what?
go after this guy, because
Go after which guy?
Zarbuck.
You were going over to the field to assault the defendant.
I was running over there, yes.
Well, what were you going to do?
I didn't really have it planned or anything.
You didn't have a plan. And how far did you run? Point to some place in this room. How far did you run before
Probably
the coach
from
restrained you?
their table to about halfway through my table.
And then the coach got you and restrained you. And other than putting his arms around you, what did he do to restrain you?
Well, he brought me to the ground and then,
Put his arms around you and brought you to the ground. Your coach.
yes.
Now I'll see the tape. What number are you?
41, right there.
He's punching.
You're just pushed.
Just a second. Can we go back a second, please?
And there's Mr. Zarb.
Pardon? Can we go back a second?
I'm not punching him at all.
Now start it. Everybody's getting up.
He gets pushed.
There's a fight going on. Check it out. Oh, look at this guy throwing him around. I don't know. He's tapping like this.
Who's on top now?
That's my coach.
That's your coach?
Yes, ma'am.
And who's on the bottom?
Me.
That's your coach.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any more on this tape you want me to see? Go ahead. So your coach got you down, threw you down.
If you listen to what the parents are saying.
What?
The parents are speaking in the tape.
I don't care what the parents are saying.
How appalled they were and that he came out.
I don't care what the parents are saying. I'm looking to see who's on top of him and who got him to the ground, and it's the coach of his own team. Is there anything else on this tape? No. All right. You have a tape you want me to see?
I do. It's a different angle from our bench. Just shows how he's punching him. You can't see him laying on the ground. It's clean.
Now, when your coach got you down here, was that before or after the defendant got you down?
After.
After. Looked pretty healthy to me. Healthy enough for your coach to have to immobilize you. Can I see that tape, please, Bert? Is it all?
Sure.
Thank you.
Judge Judy?
Yeah?
I understand that this same incident has happened where he's gone out and assaulted a child during baseball.
Listen, I'm not
Absolutely
interested.
not.
Not interested.
Oh, my heck.
Not interested. I'm interested in October 27th.
When he gets up. That's basically it.
Even the coach was punching that behind.
Okay, that's it.
Who's on the ground now?
That's him to me. He lays on him for 22 seconds.
Just a second. That's you on the ground.
Yes, ma'am.
And who's on top of you?
My coach.
Your coach. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Why is that excused?
Suing his ex-wife, 30-year-old homemaker Bethany Gray, for half of their son's medical bills. Bethany says Richard took their boy to the wrong doctor.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 304 on the calendar in the matter of Gray versus Gray. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Mr. Gray, when were you and the defendant divorced?
In 1995.
And how many children do you have?
1.
Your lawsuit involves the child.
Yes.
It is your claim that pursuant to your judgment of divorce, each of you is required to pay 1/2 of the unreimbursed medical expenses for the child.
Yes, ma'am.
And that you took the child to see a psychologist.
Yes.
Child was treated by this psychologist, and you want the defendant to pay 1/2 of that bill,
Yes, ma'am.
which was how much? $300 and some odd dollars?
For the psychologist alone, it was $195 for her part.
And then
The medical expenses totaled up $595 for her part.
what were the rest of the medical expenses for?
Doctor's visits for attention deficit disorder, his checkups, medication.
Over what period of time did you have him treated?
From 1998 up to present date.
When did you first present her with the bill?
My wife and I have presented her with the bills every few months all along, and she's refused to pay every time.
What reason did she give you for not wanting to pay?
She says she doesn't have to pay. The courts aren't going to make her.
Miss Gray, was your son diagnosed as having attention deficit disorder?
Yes.
Your defense is that he took him to a doctor that was out of plan.
Yes.
And therefore, since you're covered by some sort of a health plan, is it a private health plan or is it a state health plan?
State.
That since he could have gotten the treatment for nothing, you shouldn't have to pay anything.
Yes.
Are you the primary custodian for the child?
Yes.
Why didn't you take the child then to the doctor?
He was 4 years old. I was going to wait until he started school and see if it was something that he would grow out of.
Well, clearly he didn't.
Once he established the doctor down in Bakersfield, my pediatrician tried to keep in touch with him. Because of the medication, we were trying to keep it in one place. And I am right now, under my pediatrician's recommendation, having a reevaluation done.
So you consented to him taking the child to this doctor after 1998?
I didn't consent to it. He never told me about it.
No, he did tell you about it. Initially, he had to have told you because if the child was prescribed medication in 1998 and you are the child's primary custodian, you would have had to have given the child medication when the child was with you.
Yes, I do give him the medication.
So if you gave him the medication, then you knew that the child had a diagnosis, which I'm sure you discussed with your former husband, so you consented to it.
Yes, with my doctor's consent.
Fine. You didn't say to him at that time, Miss Gray, I don't want you to take the child to your doctor anymore. I will take care of it here.
I've tried to.
You didn't.
No,
Can I see your judgment to divorce, please?
I have told him that. I've never been presented a bill either.
Okay, well, this order clearly says that both parties shall be responsible for 1/2 of all such expenses not otherwise covered by insurance.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? So when I asked you that question, Miss Gray, you clearly knew when the child was 4 that the child had certain problems, and that you said you wanted to wait until he got to school to see whether the problems would resolve themselves.
He was my first child, and I assumed that it was basically being a 4-year-old child, just busy and playing, and I had him in Head Start. They didn't see any reason to take him in for a diagnosis at that time. My pediatrician wanted to keep it separate and just keep in contact with that doctor that he took him to, who is...
So you consented to him taking the child to that doctor?
I guess
If you
I did.
consented to him taking the child to that doctor, under the terms of your judgment to divorce, you are responsible for 1/2 of the unreimbursed medical bills.
I provided him with a Medi-Cal card. He chose to take him to a doctor that didn't accept Medi-Cal and now wants me to pay for it. And I have provided him with insurance, which he is court-ordered to provide, and he doesn't.
Do you?
Yes, that's the Medi-Cal. I provide that for him.
How do you provide Medi-Cal for him?
I get AFDC because I can't work.
Well, then the state
For
provides it.
7
You don't
years.
provide it. I provide it. Bird provides it, but you don't provide it. You
It's
don't
because
provide
I
it.
can't work.
Whatever. You don't provide it. You can't say, I provide him insurance. You don't provide him with insurance.
He's got insurance because of me.
Well, let me ask you this question, Mr. Gray. Is it true that your former wife is unemployed?
Yes, she has been for 7 years.
So how do you expect her to pay this money?
She gets AFDC, and she is living with the father of her other 2 children that has a $45,000 a year income.
How can you get AFDC if you are married?
I'm not
that
married.
I'm not worried
Just a
about.
second.
She's not married to the man. She's living with him.
Do you have other children?
Yes, I do.
How old are they?
5 and 2.5.
Well, why can't you work?
Because I've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. In 1998, the counselor that Cody was seeing didn't want me to work because they wanted me home with him. After that, the county didn't want me to work because I had a child under the age of 1. Then my current doctor does not want me to work because of the fibromyalgia. I've got the papers and the
I
documents.
mean, I'm just curious.
stating
If
that.
you can't work, but you can have 2 young children, and you're living with somebody now full time, and you have
Yes.
2 children with that person, and that
Yes.
person is employed,
Yes,
what kind of work does that person do?
he's a roofer.
It's a roofer. You live in your own home?
We rent a duplex, yes.
Okay. Can I see the bills, please?
We aren't married because of this. Because in the last 6 years, he's taken me to court 7 times over custody issues.
What does that have to
And
do with not being married?
My fiance is afraid that it's going to affect his income and his taxes.
Well, it may, but you can't choose not to work.
I'm not choosing
Yes,
not to work.
you choose not to work. You cannot choose not to work if you have a financial obligation for this child who is older.
He's
You had-
$11,979 in debt to child support. I'm not choosing not to work. I tried to work in October, from October 9th of
Miss
2000.
Gray, when you have 2 children and you live with a man as a family, and the reason you are not married is to avoid certain obligations.
I'm not avoiding obligations.
Yes, you are. If you're living with a man who is a roofer, who earns a substantial living, and you have 2 children with him, and you're getting welfare, that, according to me, is a scam. That's a scam.
The county knows about it, and
The county may
has-
know about it. The county may have its head up its behind, but I don't.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Richard Gray says ex-wife Bethany Gray refuses to pay for half their son's medical bills. Bethany says Richard refuses to use a doctor covered by her insurance.
Miss Gray, I've been in family court for a very, very long time. There is no question that if you married the man who is the father of your 2 young children, you would not be receiving welfare.
Every time
There
we
is
have
no
planned to get
question.
married, he has taken me to court. He has harassed me through court 7 times in 6 years, trying to get custody. And the judge in Kern County finally moved venue from Kern County to Placer County because he has done harassing me.
Miss Gray, that is
through
not
the
harassing.
courts.
If he is trying to exercise his right to get custody of his child for whatever reason, because he feels as if it's in the child's best interest, and it very well may be in the child's best interest. I don't know. I'm not hearing that case. That is not harassment. What I said to you was very clear and simple. You live with a man with whom you have 2 young children. You are not married, and there is no question that if you married this man with whom you are living, you would not be receiving welfare.
I'm
Period.
not concerned
End of
about
discussion.
the welfare. I've done it to keep the health insurance on my son because he doesn't pay child support. He doesn't carry health insurance.
Just 1 second. He doesn't pay child support to you, madam. He pays child support, whatever he pays, to the county because the
doesn't pay
county is
child
supporting
support.
you. Has nothing to do with you.
I have a check stub where they take my child support straight out of my payroll.
Whatever child support he pays goes directly
I
to welfare. And I'm
understand that.
telling you that if you were, in fact, married to the man who is the father of your 2 children, you wouldn't be receiving support from Bird.
We haven't been able to get married because of this man.
Then you shouldn't be able to have 2 children with him. What do you mean you haven't been able to get married? That's
we
ridiculous.
can't afford it. Every time we have set a wedding date, he's taken me back to court. He does this on a regular basis.
Listen to me, Ms. Gray. You're not following what I'm saying to you. You owe him for half of the unreimbursed medical bills for your son since 1998. Your pediatrician said to you, let the doctor who's been treating him continue to treat him. You said, okay, you are responsible under the judgment of your divorce for half of the unreimbursed bills. You're going to pay them. What are the bills in total? Come on.
They come to $723 for her part.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $723. That's all.
The parties are excused. You may step out.
A person can only milk the system for so long before they have to be paid for what they agreed in court.
I'm not on welfare because I'm lazy. My doctor said I cannot work.
She needs to pay her part. It took 2 of us to bring him here. It's going to take 2 of us to raise him.
I want him to leave me alone, visit with his son, and just leave me alone.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Cantor versus Ward Andrew. Step forward, please.
31-year-old psychotherapist Lisa
Come on through.
Catter is suing
Come on.
49-year-old telemarketer Aduni Andrew and 35-year-old homemaker Maureen Ward. Lisa says the defendant's sons threw rocks at her car.
Miss Ward and Miss Andrews, would you have a seat? I'd like your boys to come up here, please. Step up, gentlemen. What is your first name?
Chad.
And yours?
DeAndre.
How old are you, Chad?
13.
And you, DeAndre?
13.
You know who I am?
Yes.
Seen me a couple of times?
Yes.
So you know what to expect.
Yes.
You know that when you're here, we only want to hear about what actually happened. No half-truths, no quarter-truths, no nothing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You boys were playing outside on September 14th?
Yes. Yes.
Who were you playing with?
It was just me and him.
The 2 of you. And I want you to start out by knowing that I believe that you're not bad boys. You're kids.
Yes.
Were you throwing rocks?
Yes. Yes.
What were you throwing rocks at?
Cars. Cars.
And you were both throwing rocks at cars, right?
Yes. Yes.
How long had you both been throwing rocks at cars?
3 minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes.
Where were you standing when you were throwing rocks at these cars?
The corner. Was on the corner of Halldale.
Were you throwing rocks that were little rocks or bigger rocks?
Well, they wasn't too big.
Show me with your hands.
About that big.
A decent-sized rock. Where did you get the rocks from?
On the ground.
Did you pick up some?
Yes.
You have pretty good aim?
No. No, not really.
How many cars do you think you hit in that 2 or 3 minute period?
Well, I know I hit 1.
What about you?
None.
Is that because you had bad aim?
Yes.
Wasn't for lack of trying, right?
Yes.
You were trying to hit the cars.
Yes.
Did you tell that to your mother?
Yes.
And you?
Yeah.
Told that to your mother? Did you tell it to her right away when this lady came calling and said that one of you had thrown a rock at her car?
Yes. No, not me.
Who didn't fess up right away?
DeAndre.
When did you tell your mother that you were throwing rocks?
The same day.
That's not true.
What did she say to you?
She told me, did I throw the rock at Lisa's car? And I told her no.
That it wasn't the rock that you threw that hit the plaintiff's car. It was the rock that Chad threw that hit the plaintiff's car.
Yes.
But that was just lucky for you. right?
Yes.
Wasn't that you weren't aiming for the plaintiff's car, it's just that you didn't manage to hit it, right?
Yes.
Now let me ask you this question, DeAndre. I want you to think about this very carefully. If Chad wasn't with you on that day, do you think you would have been standing on the street and throwing rocks?
No.
What would you have been doing?
Probably home.
Now, I'm going to ask you the same question, Chad. If DeAndre wasn't with you, would you have been standing on the corner yourself throwing rocks?
No.
So the reason you were standing on the corner throwing rocks is because you were gathering strength from each other. It was the two of you doing it together.
Yes.
Having some fun together, right?
During school hours,
Yes.
to boot.
I'm making my point.
Okay.
And my point would be as follows to the mothers. Who was DeAndre's mother? This whole lawsuit is about whether or not DeAndre is as responsible as Chad is for the damage that was done to the plaintiff's car, whose car was hit by one of these rocks. You seem to think that because it was Chad's rock that hit the car, your son isn't responsible. Wrong. They are equally as responsible. It's just the luck of the draw that he didn't hit the car. That was a pretty dumb thing. You know that you could have really caused a terrible accident?
Yes.
So why did you do that? Were you bored?
No.
Well, what were you doing standing out there like two idiots, throwing rocks at cars?
Well, I was bored. I didn't have nothing to do.
Well, do you think if you were in school, you wouldn't have been bored?
At the time, I was doing home study. Well, I still am.
Why were you doing home study? Did you get suspended?
Nah, not really. It's just
Well, not really is not an answer. Did you get suspended?
No.
How long have you been on home study?
Couple of months.
What about you?
No.
No what?
I wasn't bored.
Why weren't you in school?
Because I haven't had my papers yet.
What?
I haven't had my papers for Summit View, a private school I'm going to.
Can I see the bill for the car, please?
Sure.
It was like shooting fish in a barrel. $275. That's pretty cheap. One other thing, you have brothers and sisters?
3 brothers.
You have any younger brothers?
2.
And you?
I have 2 older sisters.
How old are they?
Well, my oldest sister is 30, and my youngest sister is 25.
Do they have children?
Yes.
Do you like their children?
Mm-hmm.
Your nieces and nephews?
Yeah.
You like them? So then let me ask you this. Let's say your little nieces and nephews are driving in a car with your sister, and somebody throws a rock at the car, and your sister swerves and hits a pole, and something happens bad to your nieces and nephews. How would you feel about the person who threw the rock?
I'll probably feel sad and...
Sad or angry?
Mad. Angry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why would you feel angry?
Well, because somebody threw a rock at the car, and she had an accident.
Next time either one of you contemplates doing something that's not only foolish, but can be dangerous, I want you to think about how you would feel if somebody that you loved was sitting in a car and was hurt because somebody else was just having some fun. Because although you are 13 now, you're going to be 16 and 17 and 18. You're going to be driving a car one day, and either you're going to be responsible and think about your actions, or you're going to be foolish and cause accidents. You always have to say, how would I feel if somebody did that to me or somebody I loved? You got it?
Yes.
Anything else you want to say?
That's it.
$137.50 for each. You have any questions about what I just did?
No.
Any questions?
No, I don't.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
As I excuse, you may step out.
Former roommate, 52-year-old shoemaker Paul Darensborg, for a refund of rent, security deposits, and the return of personal belongings. Paul is countersuing for an assault and damage to his mobile home.
Order, all rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Yes, it's case number 341 on the calendar in the matter of Hare versus Darrensburg. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Miss Hare, you were a tenant of the defendant's. Did you rent a room from him?
Yes.
According to your complaint, he unceremoniously threw you out after you had paid your rent for that month. He kept your security deposit, and he threw your stuff out after you. So it was destroyed on the curb. The defendant says you got drunk as a skunk while watching a football game. There was some betting going on, small-time betting, $5 anyway, when one team lost, and I know nothing about football except that they run around bases, that you went absolutely crazy. They don't run around bases.
Football,
No,
they run around bases. Oh, okay.
I know. You destroyed the house, damaged his property, bit him a couple of times. He's countersuing for the damage you caused to his property, for the assault on him, these bite marks, for broken glasses, etc. So, how long did you live with the defendant?
Almost 2 months.
Now, this incident happened on, it must have been a Sunday because it was football, is
Correct.
that right? So, you were betting on a game, there was a bet, little
The
bet?
Rams.
The Rams.
I knew they were going to lose, and they did.
Now, you had been drinking that day?
All of us had.
So you had paid for how much of
I
the
had
month?
prepaid 3 weeks for November's rent.
How much was the rent per week?
$75.
Oh, is that right, so far?
$75.
Had she prepaid any part of November's rent?
No.
No.
No, ma'am. No,
Was she
Your
up
Honor.
to date on her rent?
She was 2 weeks behind.
Do you keep rent receipts?
Oh, he kept them when he moved all my stuff out.
So you
Otherwise, I
don't?
have proof. I have no proof of anything.
All right, but proof is what we need in court.
Big time.
Big time. Okay. So you're watching the game. It's October 28th. The Rams lose like you knew they would lose. Everybody was drinking, including you. So what did you do?
Somehow we had a confrontation in which...
Who had a confrontation?
Me and Mr. Darnsborg.
What do you mean somehow?
Well, I don't know exactly how it started, but I do
Well,
know...
maybe if you don't know how it started, maybe he knows.
He does. Well, I'm sure he'll find a way to... Yeah.
Well, maybe he does. How did it start?
The Rams lost, and
Which was devastating to him.
she won the bet, which was $5, and she got real excited about it. She started jumping up and down, doing obscene gestures in front of the TV in front of me. And she jumped from one couch to another, jumping on people, all excited, bit a person before she jumped on my friend Eddie here. He said she slapped him or something like that, and then she leaned over and bit me right here. That's
On the
how
leg.
it started.
On the leg.
On the leg.
She wasn't angry.
She was happy.
She was happy.
Real
But
happy.
shh, hey, please. She was happy, but drunk.
Happily drunk.
What happened next?
Some kind of way she had spilled a beer on top of the stereo and knocked it over. Okay, that's when things really got excited. That's when I got mad.
You didn't get mad when she bit you?
I was furious then, and I got up, and that's when she got up, backed up, spilled the beer on the stereo, knocked it over. I don't remember exactly what I did at that instant, other than I eventually got over and got a rag and wiped off the stereo. I'm furious because I have a picture of it. The top of it is exposed. I paid good money for that stereo set. And people started getting up and walking around. You know, everybody's mad. This gentleman that's with her went into the restroom at the time, and she ran in there after him. That's when he said, I thought she attacked him. He lost, I think she did. He lost his step, fell down up against the wall. It's a mobile home, so the walls are prefabricated. And it was like a fight in there. So that's when I got up, grabbed her, pulled her into the living room, threw her on the couch, really. Tried to calm her down, and that's when Jim came out of the bathroom.
That's Jim. You're Jim.
Screaming to her to leave, and then they left. This is pretty much what happened.
Okay, so they left. And you changed the locks?
I changed the locks. She stayed, she was gone that night, and she apologized and thought everything would be okay, said she messed up, tried to give me and my friend Jim, Robert, a hug, and she did, but we just didn't want to do anything. I knew what I was going to do right then, and that was to go pick up 15 brand new boxes, box all their stuff up, quite a bit of stuff. I'm talking about she had boxes and clothes of things 3/4 of the way up the wall.
What'd you do with it all?
I put it on the street.
Did you call her and tell her you were doing that?
No, No, ma'am.
Well, why not?
I didn't feel a need to. I feel she's a criminal. I was afraid that she would possibly accuse me of something else. I had called the police earlier about removing her because she walks around the house with a glass pipe smoking and acting crazy from time to time.
Oh, my.
I asked the police what I should do about it, and
Don't tell me
they
what the
wanted
police
me.
told you. I just want to know. You put her things out on the curb, boxes
ma'am.
and boxes,
Yes, ma'am.
and you'd never called her to tell her that you were doing that.
No, ma'am.
Now, there came a time, Miss Hare, that you did, in fact, retrieve some of your property from
Yes.
his house.
Yes.
When was that?
When I came home from work that night.
His found what?
His friend Robert informed. I drove right past my belongings as I pulled into the mobile home park, not even seeing it. His friend Robert stopped me and says, Jenny, I got something I got to tell you. I feel I'm the best one to show you. And he turned me around and showed me there's all your belongings. They're on the street. If I didn't notice Jimmy's lamp, I wouldn't have noticed anything. And right then I was dumbfounded.
And you stayed there with your stuff?
Robert, his friend, stayed with my stuff. He made sure that nobody messed with my belongings. He said he sat there all day making sure nobody stuff.
Really?
Yeah, his friend Robert's a very nice man.
I'm not Robert.
Oh, your friend
No,
Robert.
that's Eddie.
Oh, that's wonderful. So what kind of belongings do you say were damaged or taken?
Oh, the things that he didn't put out on the curb.
Like what?
My Ryobi drill, a hand cordless drill.
What else?
An umbrella, which is sentimental value.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, the receipts, yes, the receipts that he failed to put back with my belongings. My pull-up bar, I know he still has in his backyard because I have driven by. I know that it's still there.
You what?
My pull-up bar. It's a workout bar.
Do you have a pull-up
It's a
bar?
parallel bar for doing pull-ups.
Pull-ups.
It's still there.
Do you want to give that to her?
Oh, yeah, she can pick it up 8 times
You have
she
a
likes.
drill of hers?
No, my friend Robert, which I didn't know he was doing it, he felt for what he was doing, he wanted to be compensated. He did take the drill and the umbrella.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Virginia Hare says ex-roommate Paul Darrensbourg kicked her out after an argument over a football bet. Paul says a drunken Virginia was acting crazy.
Did you bite him?
I might have. Mm-hmm.
May it cost you a drill?
That's why I figured, well, I won't get the drill back in working
You're
order
certainly
anyways.
not. And you have no proof that you paid
The
rent?
receipts. My witness here has seen my receipts.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
You know all the dates on the receipts, sir?
Oh, I don't know the dates, but I did see the receipts.
Well, of course,
do
she
know
kept
that they
receipts. She
were
was there for months.
rent receipts.
2 months.
Yeah, she was there for months, but she has no receipts into November. You didn't remember any receipts from November?
No,
No.
I don't.
So we have no proof that you actually prepaid rent. How much was the security deposit?
$150.
Good. Now you want to tell me about your counterclaim? Your counterclaim says that she just threw stuff on your stereo.
Yes.
Did you have it fixed?
No, I haven't had it fixed.
Do you have pictures of it?
He
Yes.
had pictures of him and the lady over there on top of the stereo unit when the drink got spilled. And then when I heard that he says, I broke his stereo, well, why aren't the pictures wet?
You don't remember.
This is the pictures of stereo, and this is the wall and the door to the roof, to the bathroom.
Well, to the bathroom.
Did you break the door to a wall in his bathroom as a result of an altercation that you were having with her?
No, ma'am, I never. And I don't believe she did either.
Well, you don't remember either. Step up here, please. Your last name is?
Crafton?
Did you see the plaintiff bite him?
No, I never.
Was she out of control?
She was a little wild, yes, I would say, but so were the rest of us.
Was she out of control?
I wouldn't say out of control, no. I would say she was feeling pretty good, yes, like the rest of us. But I'm sure she knew what she was doing.
She doesn't remember what she was doing. She just told me that.
Well, I know that I did not do anything purposely.
You may not have done anything purposely, but if you damage the property, you've got to pay for it. Got to compensate him for it. You have a counterclaim. Let's say he gets nothing, except I have to figure out whether or not she gets anything back from her security deposit. So you're saying that there was damage to your stereo, but you have no receipts for it. Is that right?
No, I have no receipts for the purchase
And she
of
damaged
stereo.
the door, which you didn't have fixed.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and you have no estimates for the
Yes,
door?
I have one estimate on
so
the
then
door.
I'd like to see the estimate.
But if I had money, Your Honor, to get the stereo fixed and to get this door fixed, I wouldn't be renting a room.
Listen, if you don't have an estimate, I'm not telling you to get it fixed. I can't tell how much it was going to be to have something fixed unless I have an estimate.
It's ruined. It was saturated. You can't
Well, I
spill
don't know
that much
that. Get
fluid
an
out of
expert to come in and testify to that. $175. So that covers her security deposit. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. So the only thing I have to decide is whether or not you had a right to throw her out of the house unceremoniously. I believe that you did. I believe that she was acting in a totally bizarre manner, and that bizarre behavior may have been the result of liquor. But you didn't have to tolerate that in your home. She was a month-to-month tenant. You threw her out. Property went. She got all of her property back. You boxed it. The only thing you didn't get back was an umbrella and a drill, which Robert has. He doesn't have it. He has your pull-up bar, which he will see to it that is returned to you. You caused damage to the door, $175 worth, so you get no security back. However, the security was $150. The damage to the door is $175, so you're only down $25, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have any medical bills, any doctor's reports as a result of the bites
No, I
on
don't,
you?
Your Honor.
Okay, so you get $25. Don't get drunk. People look stupid when they get drunk, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm just happy that she's out of the house.
Last pipe, what is that? You know, he had to make me look bad somehow.
I think everybody should be very careful on who you rent a room to.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Potts versus Lake. Step forward, please.
24-year-old student Jamie Potts and her husband Marvin Potts are suing her brother, 23-year-old Shay Lake, for a year of unpaid rent and for the cost of a van.
Mr. and Mrs. Potts, the defendant is your brother, is that right?
Yes, yes.
And your brother-in-law.
Yes, ma'am.
And according to your complaint, your brother moved into your home. And there was an agreement that he'd pay $60 rent, which would cover his rent, his food, utilities, etc. He paid that for a while and then stopped.
Yes.
You want him to pay for 26 weeks of rent that he owes. In addition, you sold him a van for $500. He was to make payments on that van until it was paid off. He took the van and made a couple of payments, but still didn't complete paying for it.
Correct.
When did your brother move in?
He moved in with us 8 months ago in April. He had a job, a full-time job, and he was paying us like he was supposed to. And then he was laid off, from what I understand, what he told me, he was laid off. And he just stopped paying us.
Where are you living now?
With her still.
What are you doing here?
Well, Your Honor, the reason that he's still living with us is because we had a house fire. And right now we're staying at a hotel, Holiday Inn Hotel. So we're not paying for rent right now. We're not paying for mortgage.
As soon as we go back to the house, he's not allowed
He's
to go
not
back to
gonna
the
come
house.
back with us.
He's fine as far as we're supposed to be back in the house in 3 weeks.
You're living in the same motel?
No,
It's
we
two
have
rooms.
two different
It's
rooms.
two rooms. He's in
he
the
shares a room with our children. We have 2 children, and there's 2 beds in each room, and they're together. And he shares a room with them, and we have the other room. And we didn't want to just, I mean, I don't want to just kick him out without, you know, without any place to go. He's my brother.
So what are you suing him for?
We've told him
Because-
that as soon as we back, he's not allowed back in the house.
I don't care.
Once
He's
we're
allowed back in the house. Not if you're angry with. Well, let's get to the van. Let's forget about this. Did you take their van?
Yes, I did.
Do you drive their van?
Yes, I do.
In whose name is the van?
Mine.
So you had a title to you.
Yes.
Okay. And did you do a bill of sale for this van?
No, we didn't.
Why not?
Because he's my brother. I didn't think I'd have to. When you have family, you expect that your family is going to do what they say they're going to do. And the reason that he says he's not paying us for the van is because he gave me a car when he was 16. He had his license taken away, but he's lived with us.
He
so I
lived
don't.
with us after that for about 6 months, rent-free, while he was having problems with his father.
defense to the van is what? Why didn't you finish paying for the van?
I never started actually paying for the van. When I was 16, I lost my license, so I gave
How old are you now?
I'm 23.
Go ahead.
And I gave my car to my sister, and she never paid me for it, so when she gave me the van, I figured that was payment for the car.
Well, Mr. Lake, was it ever discussed that you were going to pay $500 for the van?
Briefly, a little bit.
What do you mean briefly?
It was discussed a little bit, but not too much. I mean, she's my sister, so...
Just a second. Either she said to you, listen, you gave me a car 7 years ago, so I'm going to give you this old van. Or she said to you, I will sell you the van for $500. And you said, okay. And she gave you the van and signed the title over to you. Which one was it, Mr. Lake?
She did tell me that I have to pay her $500 for the van.
There you go. So you made up in your own mind that 7 years ago you gave her your car, so this was a fair swap.
Yes, I did.
Okay, well, you can't do that. I mean, that's ridiculous, right?
Not as far as I'm concerned, no.
Why not as far as you're concerned?
Well, I still gave it to her, no matter how long ago it was.
Oh, but it makes a big difference.
And it was worth more than the van that she gave
But it
me.
makes a big difference, Mr. Lake. The big difference is if you had said to her, no, I believe you should give me the van because of the car I gave you 7 years ago, and then she had a choice. And her choice was to say, no, I want to be paid for this. Oh, yes, you're right. You were nice to me once, now I'm going to be nice to you.
Well, then she might not have given it to me, so.
Right, so you tricked her.
Yes.
But he does this to me all the time. He's my little brother.
Look, Miss Potts, you don't get any rent from him. Let me explain something to you.
We have a contract written up.
I don't care whether you have a contract or not. If your brother stops paying you rent, and he stopped paying you rent 5 months ago, and you still let him stay in the house, that's your problem.
Okay, he's not
Do
staying in the
not
house.
visit that on courts.
He is not staying in the house.
No,
He was staying in the house until there was a fire.
But, Your Honor, there is more to it than that. You have to understand, after he got laid off from his job, he had surgery on his ankle because the doctor told him that that could be the reason it's bothering him. He was in an accident in '97, and he had pins removed from his ankle. So that was, that took a month. And then after that, he got a job, and he was fired from it. That's
why we didn't kick him out, because he was trying.
Yeah, there was always something. We didn't just say, okay, you got to leave. This is not something. He's my brother.
Good.
He always had a reason why. There was always reasons.
He hasn't been told that he had.
Don't bother me over the rent. You have a cause of action with regard to the car. What year car was this?
It was like an '87.
You have title to show me?
89.
I didn't bring it with me now.
He has everything.
Well, how do I know you even sold him this van?
He admitted to it.
I don't believe him necessarily.
You don't believe it?
He just told me he tricked you into giving him a van that I have no. You have the registration for that van?
Not on me now.
You have your driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Let me see your driver's license. Don't you usually keep registration with your driver's license, Bert?
No, Judge. I keep my registration in my car.
Oh, do you? Where's your van parked, sir?
In Michigan.
And is that where the registration is?
Yes, it is.
Uh-huh. Is your van insured?
No, it's not.
So how can you be driving around in an uninsured vehicle, sir?
Very carefully.
Very carefully. I'm going to take care of this very, very easily. The court will prepare an order that within 5 days you will retitle the van to your sister, and that way she can register the van if she wants to, and she can insure the van. So the court will prepare that order. That gives you 5 days. Clear? The rest of your case is dismissed. That's all.
Can I add one more thing?
That's
the
it.
van is not
Parties are excused.
20-year-old phlebotomist Cassandra Trester is suing her former roommate, 20-year-old college student Layla Richardson, for purposely bleaching her clothes.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 534 on the calendar in the matter of Trester versus Richardson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Miss Trester, the defendant was a roommate of yours, and it is your claim that when she moved out, she purposely bleached your clothes. And in addition, she either took or stole some of your property.
Yes.
Defendant says nonsense. When did you move in together?
We moved in August.
How many people were sharing the apartment?
There's 4 of us all together.
Was it an apartment, a
It
townhouse?
was a townhome, three levels.
Were you going to school or working?
I do both.
And the other people?
My brother and the other roommate work, and Layla was working at the time.
When did you move out?
I moved out on November 9th, 2000.
Had you signed a lease?
Yes, I had.
So you broke your lease when you moved out?
No, I had cleared it with our landlord.
But you were breaking your lease by moving out early?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me why you moved out.
I moved out because I would come home various nights from work, and pretty much in the living room, couch, entertainment center, everything was mine. And stuff was getting misused on my entertainment center. My cats were purposely being let outside, and they weren't outside cats. And I was just, I moved all my stuff up to my room pretty much. And a couple days later, I was in Cheyenne, Wyoming, visiting a friend. Cassandra called me and pretty much told me that it was unfair that I moved my stuff upstairs because, all the roommates were using it. And I explained that pretty much, if they can't use it properly, it is my stuff. I should be able to move it up to my room if I'd like to. And pretty much after that, we just weren't getting along, arguing, yelling at each other. And I had previously been in a car accident. I didn't need any extra stress, so I figured it was better for both of us just to end the situation and for me to move out and move on.
Now, Ms. Dresser, it is your claim that the defendant damaged some of your property, and that was on the 9th of November?
Yes.
Well, tell me about it.
Well, actually, to correct her, the reason she moved out is we actually had a physical confrontation a couple days before. She had thrown a bowl at my head and I slapped her back.
She'd thrown a what at your head?
A cat food bowl at my head, and I had slapped her back. I went in later that day and apologized and was like, we'll work these things out. I know you lost your job, you don't have rent. I can cover you for a little bit longer. We just need to work on it. She wasn't paying
How
her
long
bills.
hadn't she paid the rent?
It was due on the 1st, so she moved out on the 9th, so it was 9 days late. And the main thing was that our bills she had written checks to bounced, and she was unwilling to take care of them. That was the problem. And she was like, I'm too busy to take care of it. So I was like, well, you need to take care of it or get out. At that point, we were okay. I came home. I felt that her moving her stuff out of the front room was vindictive because she was doing it because she was upset at me. And I told her, if this is the way it's going to continue to be, maybe it'll be better if you get out. I would rather have you out. She said that I was overreacting. We needed to talk about it. So I was like, we'll talk about it when I get home from work the next day. She called me at work from that day. That was on the 7th, and told me that she was moving out. I went home that night to monitor things getting moved around because, of course, things always get taken when people move out. And her mom and her were egging me on to fight, saying that I wasn't tough enough. So I went up into my room and stayed until I had heard that they'd left. When I left, I came downstairs to grab all my stuff because while I was up in my room, I heard her and her mom constantly going, is this Cassie's stuff? If it is, I don't care, break it. It's not mine. I don't care, break it. Hearing things thud, hit the wall, laughing, just very horrible things. So when I came downstairs, the first thing I went to was my clothes because that's most important to most girls. But and I went into there and the bleach was just overwhelming. Like my eyes started burning.
On what floor is the laundry room?
It's on the first level. The 2 bedrooms are upstairs, so I came downstairs and I could smell bleach as soon as I got to the bottom of the stairs and went in there. And lo and behold, all of my clothes have bleach on them. And the bleach bottle was standing up and had the cap on it. So I called the police and made a report, and that's this for you.
What other items do you say that the defendant has of yours?
Clothes, books. She had also borrowed a bunch of things from me because I always was open to letting her borrow whatever she wanted as long as she returned it. And I'd asked for her to give that stuff back before she moved out. And she said that she would and never did. She moved out, and about 2 weeks after she was completely out of the house, I came home and there were multiple things missing, including almost half of my wardrobe. I had barely anything left. And of course, I live with 2 boys, so they're not borrowing it. And she still had the keys at that time that she was unwilling to give because she stated that she was still on the lease until I got a new person on the lease and she was entitled to come over.
I'll hear you.
Thank you. Actually, the night we were moving out, about a couple days before, about me throwing a cat bowl.
I don't care about cat bowl. I care about bleached clothing.
Yeah, the night we were moving out, I had quite a few friends over helping me pack and my own mother. And my mom had gone in the bathroom saying, you know, is any of this stuff yours, Layla? And I said, the bleach is mine, but there's not enough to even worry about taking. There's probably like an inch left in the bottle, so I wasn't even gonna worry about it. And I also, if you would like to look at it, my mom was supposed to be my witness today because in the police report, you can see that Cassie actually said my mother bleached her clothes.
I don't care if it was her mother or if it was you or one of the friends that you brought over.
Okay.
Madam, you're responsible.
Okay.
I mean, that's easy. Nobody bleaches their own clothes.
Can I make another point, please?
Just a second. Nobody bleaches their own clothes. And if you just said to me, I was there with my mother and some other of my friends who came to help me move, it's clear to me that she did not bleach her own clothes. So either you bleached her clothes. I can't imagine your mother being immature enough to bleach her clothes, but maybe one of your friends. Maybe your mother, when she got annoyed and she said, is this bleach yours? And you said, yes, but it's not worth taking because there's only an inch left in it. And she said, fine, and poured it out. Something like that, but you're responsible for her clothes. Next.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cassandra Trester says ex-roommate Layla Richardson owes for bleaching her clothes. Cassandra also claims that while moving out, Layla stole her belongings.
You have any of her clothing?
No, I don't.
I'm going to say it again. Do you have any of her clothing?
No, I don't, ma'am. And can I just say one more thing about
Sure.
when I was moving out? We were moving out, and I got my stuff in trucks to go to the storage unit to put in there, and it was about 8:30, and we were walking right past that bathroom. I didn't smell any bleach. I am really unaware of what happened, honestly. If you can look at the police report, that would be great.
Why would you think she would bleach her own clothes?
I really don't know, but...
Now, what's the value of the clothing that was bleached and destroyed?
Sorry, I don't have it all added. I have it all added in between.
Okay, let me have it.
Turtleneck, which was $80. Trans 9 pants, $80 as well. Long sleeve blue shirt, just $20. Pair of jeans, $50. Black short sleeve shirt worth $20. Blue Chinese riding shirt, which is $30. A black sweater, which is $30, and pajama bottoms worth $10.
$320. Now, you have no direct proof that she stole anything from your
Actually,
house.
I do.
I'd like to hear the proof.
Jeremy called me and was like, Layla just came over. Jeremy.
What's your last name?
Skog.
Okay. How do you know these people?
At the time, I was Layla's best friend and also a very good friend of Cassie's.
Okay.
I was there with Layla helping her move her things out. What Cassie said about Layla taking different articles of her clothing, or I'm sorry, different things out of the kitchen and stuff, is this Cassie's, okay, then break it. That is correct. That happened several times throughout the night. I went into the bathroom to go to the bathroom, and I recall there being a strong odor of cat litter, and I actually mentioned something about that. After I left the bathroom, only 2 people went into the bathroom before Cassie found the bleach, which was Layla and her mother. Later that night, after everything had happened, right after the police officer had called me, Layla called me and said, "Please don't say that my mom and I did it. I swear I had nothing to do with it. Please don't say that my mom and I did it." I told her I'd already talked to the police officer and that I said I wasn't positive that she had done it, but that I had told the police officer that the only 2 people in the bathroom were Layla and her mother. A couple days later, she called me and said, "I want you to see how cute I look today. Can I come over?" I said, "Absolutely." She came over and she was wearing the purple floral skirt of Cassie's that she had lost and the gray New York sweater. And
yeah, just a second. Yes?
I'm sorry, I obviously didn't steal any of her clothes.
Well, let's talk about that particular outfit. He's not lying. He's telling me the truth.
Okay. Well,
He's telling me the truth. That's what he saw you wearing.
Okay, well, actually, I don't have a pink floral skirt or anything.
You don't have one that belongs to you.
Correct.
No, I don't wear skirts, ma'am.
Listen to me.
I don't have
Listen to me.
her clothes.
He's not lying to me. How do I know that? I don't share my secrets, but I know that he's not lying to me.
And then I believe almost every day that week, she had come over wearing something that I recognized as Cassie's. The gray New York sweatshirt that she was wearing, or the sweater vest that she was wearing at the time, actually was one of the reasons that these 2 were fighting, was because Cassie, it was her favorite sweater, and she'd asked for it back several times, and Layla refused. Every time we went to Layla's house that she was wearing it, she would take it off before we even went into the house so that Cassie didn't see it. Layla has her lip and her eyebrow pierced. She had Cassie's horseshoe barbell in her lip and a barbell in her eyebrow as well, which belonged to Cassandra as well. I've seen her in the clothes several times.
High marks for having places to put those.
Actually, I don't have that many places. They're extra for my belly button. She used them for her eyebrow rings.
I'll hear you witness. You have a witness? Is that why you brought this person?
His name is Steven Snow. He was there the same night also.
Okay, Steve, I've already decided that she or her mother bleached the clothes. So I want you to pass over the bleaching. I don't want you to waste your time with nonsense about the bleaching. She or her mother bleached the clothes. What do you know about any other clothes that are in Miss Richardson's possession that don't belong to her? Do you know anything about that?
I do not.
Good, then you may be seated. Miss Richardson.
Yes?
If you're going to lie big. You don't lie over $500, which is what the plaintiff is suing for. She's suing for $500 for her clothes. The bleached clothes alone come to $320. I would give her the $500 just because you were nasty. But I found that you do, in fact, have other of her property that you decided for some reason to appropriate for your own use. I would suggest you better grow up. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Stuff was being thrown around, but nothing was broken. I was in the same bathroom, didn't smell any smell.
The judge knew who was telling the truth.
He's only there for 10 minutes. I'm sure he knew a lot.
Maybe she's vindictive. I don't know.
I think the truth came out, and I'm glad that it happened.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Tao versus Perry. Step forward, please.
27-year-old claims adjuster Daisy Tao is suing ex-boyfriend, 33-year-old graphic artist Adam Perry, for an unpaid loan. Adam says the money in question was to pay Daisy's bills.
Ms. Tower, the defendant is a former boyfriend of yours. I gather that you lived together for a brief period of time. You claim 2 loans to the defendant totaling $2,500. Relationship is over. You want your money.
Yes, that's correct, ma'am. I did not live with him, though. That's not correct.
You did not?
No, I never lived with him.
Okay. I'll get to you in a second. When was the first loan?
On February 9th, 2001.
What was it for?
He's told me that he was behind in rent, car payment, that he didn't have any money. And so I helped him out. I gave him a loan of $1,500 that we agreed upon that he would pay me back when he got his taxes. And in March, he told me that he was still short and behind on his mortgages.
Could you put your hand down?
And so then I had to loan him another $1,000. And so at that point, I was getting a little concerned, and I did tell him that I expected him to pay me back. He agreed to this and said that he would pay me back in the summer, because at the time he was unemployed and trying to go to school.
Where were you living in February of 2001?
I lived at home in Little Canada, Minnesota.
At home with whom?
With my family.
Where were you living in March?
At home.
And where was the defendant living?
He lived in Dayton, Minnesota.
Were you working?
Yes.
Did you ever stay over at his house or apartment?
I would go to see him once in a while, yes.
I'm asking you a question. I expect honest answers. Do you
Yes.
understand? Did you ever stay over at his home?
Yes, I've spent the night at his house, yes.
On an average of how many nights a week?
Maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks.
Now, Mr. Perry, it is agreed that she gave you $2,500.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you tell me what that money was for.
In January, Your Honor, she wanted to move in together. I had a relative living with me, and she asked if I had my relative move out.
Your Honor, that is not true.
I don't want you to interrupt him.
So my cousin moved out, and she agreed to roughly pay half of the bills, which I have a list of a couple of months, which total a little over $1,100, and she said she would pay half.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Do you want...
I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't mean to be disrespectful. What
Then you
he's saying is
can't
not true.
speak when he's speaking. When, according to you, did she move into your home?
In early January.
She moved all of her clothes and belongings and...
She had clothes, belongings, hair dryers, curling irons.
Are you telling me, sir, that she moved all of her personal belongings from her parents' house into your house?
She wasn't living at her parents' house, Your Honor.
Where was she living?
She would stay at some friend's house, and she moved from place to place, and that's why she asked, because she was going to switch her job position and move closer to where I lived so that we could be together.
So she moved in January?
Yes, Your
And she agreed to, according to you, roughly pay half the expenses?
Exactly what my cousin was paying, which was about $500.
Well, now you changed the story.
Mm-hmm.
So which is the story, that she agreed to pay for roughly half the expenses, or that you had a fixed amount of $500?
It was about $500, Your Honor.
Now, about $500, sir, isn't an agreement.
No.
So what was it? Well, let's say this. She moved in January.
Yes.
Did she give you a check in January?
No. She did not
No,
give me...
shh, no.
Okay.
She gave you nothing in January.
No.
And then on February 9th, she did give you $1,500.
Yes.
Is that right?
She said...
Just a minute. And that was the beginning of February.
Yes.
So I assume you were going to tell me that at the beginning of February, having lived there for 1 month and having had an agreement with you that she would pay you roughly $500 a month, she decided to pay you for January.
Yes, Your Honor.
And February.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then prepay March.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that's $1,500.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then in March, right now she's already paid in March, for March. But in March, she gives you another $1,000.
Yes.
And that is, I assume you're going to testify that she said to you, well, I've already paid for March, but I like to pay my bills in advance, so I'm going to pay you for April and May.
Yes, she gave me money.
Yes, that's what you're telling me.
Yes,
That's
Your
what she
Honor.
did. Is that right?
Yes.
Bull. That's not the way it works, sir. If somebody agrees to move in with you as a roommate, and let's say she fell behind in January, so she maybe would have given you January, if I believed your story, January and February. So she would have given you $1,000 to cover January and February.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then when March came, she would have paid you $500 for March. So she would have given you a total of $1,500 for January, February, and March.
Yes.
And what you're telling me is, no, that's not what she did. She paid you 3 months at one time, a little in advance, and then she paid you for 2 months after that. I don't believe you, sir.
She wanted me to keep ahead, Your Honor.
I don't believe you, sir. I believe that you fell behind in your bills. Now, you didn't tell me about that. Did you fall behind in your bills?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So you needed money.
Yes.
Is that right? Did you say anything to her about giving her back any money when you got your tax returns in April?
I did not, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
She was there at least 4 days a week, Your Honor.
I was
Oh,
not.
shh, just a minute. Mr. Perry, when somebody lives with you full-time,
Yes.
they are not there 4 days a week.
No, she was not living with me full time.
Give her back her money, Mr. Perry. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500, that's all.
Parties are excused.
Credit consultant Lacey Wilson is suing former family friend, 29-year-old peace officer Darlene Harris, for stealing her minivan. Darlene says Lacey sold her the vehicle. She is countersuing for the money she's already paid.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 595 on the calendar in the matter of Wilson versus Harris. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Miss Wilson, you and the defendant knew each other, and according to your complaint, you had a van, an old van. The defendant wanted to purchase the van. You agreed to sell her the van for $3,000. That was almost a year ago. Is that right?
I told her I was possibly considering selling her the van.
And I want you to listen to my question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start again.
Okay.
You had a van.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to sell the van. She wanted to buy the van. You agreed to sell her the van for $3,000, and that was almost a year ago.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
She gave you a $300 deposit. Is that right?
Yes, she did.
And you let her take the van.
She picked the van up from the towing company where I had the van towed, and she said she was going to go and check the van out to see if it would start up. Well, she went to the towing company.
Picked up the van. That was almost a year ago.
That's right.
And then, according to your complaint, you got a call from your son?
I had been talking back and forth with my son about him possibly having the van because he went in the Navy. He finished basic and he told me...
Your son wanted the van?
Yes, my son wanted the van.
So you called the defendant and told her you changed your mind?
Yes, I did.
When did you call her and tell her you changed your mind?
After she picked the van up, and I'd also told her all along that my son wanted the van.
Miss Wilson, listen to me. You agreed to sell her the van. You took $300 deposit from her. She was supposed to pay you the rest of the money, I'm sure, at some time. I will ask you that later. Don't mess around with me. After that, you got a call from your son saying he wanted the van, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you called her and said, I changed my mind. I don't want to sell you the van. Now you can tell me what happened after that.
Darlene told me that before she gave me the van back, she would chop it up, and that she refused to give it back. And then after that, she spoke to Mr. Leach. I had him call her.
Who's Mr. Leach?
The witness right here. I had him call her on the telephone, and he called her and told her that we wanted the van back. My son was in Oklahoma. There are no sidewalks there close to the Navy post, and that he needed the van for transportation. Well, she told Mr. Leach that he could come and pick the van up numerous amount of times, but she never told him where to pick the van up. She refused to tell him where to pick the van up.
Well, first of all, Miss Wilson, let me explain to you. You sold her the van. You understand? You made a contract with her to sell her the van.
We made no contract.
Oh, yes, you did.
We made no contract.
Oh, yes, you did. No, you don't understand. You think contracts have to be in writing? It doesn't have to be in writing. It can be an oral contract. All you have to have is an oral contract. You have to have an offer. The offer was $3,000 for the van. You have to have acceptance. You accepted the $3,000. You have to do something that makes the contract move forward, which was she gave you a deposit for the van, and that completed the contract if she fulfills her end of the bargain. Do you understand? That's a contract. It doesn't have to be in writing. Only certain contracts have to be in writing. This contract does not necessarily have to be in writing, except for signing off on the title. So, you couldn't at that point change your mind. Do you understand? You had no right to say, I want to change my mind and sell the van to my son.
Judge Schindlin, the check that she wrote, Schindlin, excuse me, the check that she wrote out to me was not even made out to Lacey Wilson. It was made out to her wife, Joanne, and for deposit only. I put it in the account and I told her I would give her her money back at any time.
Just a second. Did you deposit the check?
Yes, I did, to see if it was legitimate.
Then once she gave you the check and you deposited, the contract was complete. Do you understand that? If you didn't understand that, I'm explaining it to you now. The contract to sell her the van was complete. At the time you accepted her check, and you cannot. Let me give you another example. Let's say you go into a car dealership, and you and the car salesman discuss a price for a used car. And you come to terms on the price for a used car. And you give them a deposit. And an hour later, somebody else comes in and says to the dealer, to this car salesman, I'll give you an extra $1,000 for that car. He says, just made myself an extra $1,000. I'm going to call Miss Wilson and tell her she can't have this car because I just sold it to somebody else. How would you feel?
Well, in that case, I would feel bad, but she did not even give me the full initial deposit.
Just a second, I'm just asking you. Don't say she, I'm asking you. There's no difference between this car salesman who was selling a car at an additional profit and you who changed your mind because your son wanted the car. There's no difference. So you could not change your mind at that point. However, you didn't finish paying for the car, right?
That's not true.
Really? You did finish paying for it.
What happened was...
Answer my question, and then I'll let you talk. Did you finish paying for the van?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Why not?
What happened was...
And make sure, listen to me, Ms.
Yes.
Harris. I want you to make very sure of one thing. Don't give me a story that doesn't make sense. Because I will cut the legs off a story that doesn't make sense and make you look very, very foolish. And at this time of the day, I don't really want to do that. Do you understand? So I don't want to hear any baloney that you parked the van someplace, it got stolen, you don't know where it is. I don't, because that's what I'm listening to in this answer that you filed. I don't want to hear any of that baloney.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lacey Wilson says former family friend Darlene Harris stole her minivan. Darlene says Lacey sold her the vehicle and then changed her mind.
Go ahead.
First of all, the initial price of the van was not $3,000.
It was how much?
It was $500. The van was not in working condition.
How old was the van?
It was a 93, I believe. Her son had crashed the van on where I work. He had crashed it on the seawall, so it wasn't working. Something was wrong with the transmission. So she just wanted to, she was going to junk the van. She just wanted to get rid of the van. She told me, I asked her about it. I says, so whatever happened with the van? She goes, well, I want to get rid of it. I just want to sell it now. So I said, well, how much would you sell it to me for? She says, $500. I says, okay, well, I can give you $300 and then I'll give you $200 when you give me the paperwork. Okay, so I gave her a check for $300, which she cashed 2 days later. It was a few days after that I asked her for the paperwork. I says, I have your $200, the rest of the payment. I just need the registration, I need the title so that I can register the vehicle. She was missing a plate, one plate already. And in New York, as you know, if you have only one plate on it, you get tickets. It did start to collect tickets, but I was in constant contact with her son, her oldest son. And I told him, let your mom know that it's getting summonses on the vehicle. It's parked in front of my house. Her son has been to my house. He has done parties for me. He's a DJ. He has done parties for me. They know where I live. Okay, I said, tell your mom to, come pick up. She's right, I did speak to her kid's godfather, and he wanted to pick up the van, and I told him it's not a problem. Just bring the money. Every time I asked her about the $300, she says, I'm not, first she says, the money didn't clear. It never cleared on her bank. Mind you, according to this...
No, now, right. It
It cleared 2 days.
It cleared.
After. But she said it never cleared. She says, I don't know what kind of check that was because it wasn't written out from you.
Right.
But she says, it's not going to clear because it's a third-party check and my bank doesn't take those. And so she's told me she never got the money. I didn't know at that point that she did get the money because this was written for my grandfather's bank. Which I
Just a second.
Which I would
Yeah,
like...
You cashed the check. Or you deposited the check. It's the same thing. Why didn't you give her back the money?
I told her at any time I would give her $300 back. I told her previously, before that, she had visited my house, she knew my kids, that my son wanted the car, even before she expressed that she was interested in buying it.
Miss Wilson,
And
you're
that-
talking
you know
apples
that.
and oranges. I
Well,
said to her, why didn't you give her back the money?
I told her I would give it to her anytime. She refused the money. And then she told me that she didn't know where my van was. The tickets were
what
paid
happened,
on the van.
What happened to the van?
The tickets were paid on the van.
Show me proof.
Now.
Show me, just a second. Show me proof that you paid all the tickets on the van.
I don't have that right now.
What do you mean? If you don't have it right now, when do you expect to have it?
I didn't think she would bring this into it. The tickets has nothing to do with her stealing my van.
Just a second.
Taking my van without paying me for it.
First of all, I believe her when she says that the purchase price was not $3,000. That's understandable.
Who would sell a van of this year that I just bought 6 months before that, which I have a receipt for $500?
Just a second. Listen to me. The van that you sold her was in the towing company because it wasn't running.
Wait a minute. The part that was put on it cost $40.
Listen to me.
That doesn't mean that the van was... And we went to the towing company to
Listen
pick
to
it
me
up.
very, very carefully. If you have a car that's not running and all it needs is... Miss Wilson, pay careful attention to me, madam. If you have a car that's not running and it needs a $40 part, you don't have a towing company come and pick it up and bring it to a towing company.
The reason why it was towed is because my son had the accident, so they took it as evidence to the towing company. But she told me that the part, I know the part was $40. But listen to this. When we went to pick the van up, she took me there in my car, in her friend's car, and the car was running. And then she says, wait a minute, I think it needs a part to get it away from me.
No, she's right.
And then
She's right
she
with
took
that.
it, the
It was-
car. Yeah, and then all of a sudden she takes the car to the Bronx. Then I get this check soulmate out to her wife.
Listen to me.
She's not telling you the true story.
Listen to me. Neither are you.
Oh, yes, I definitely am.
No. Neither are you.
I am telling the truth. It's my van. What do I have to lie for?
Where's her van? Was it towed?
Ma'am, I really, because I don't have any paperwork, I didn't have any paperwork. I couldn't even run the plates on it because I didn't have the VIN number on it to even see who had it, whether the marshals had it, whether the city sheriffs. I don't know.
When
it was never.
When was it taken off the street?
It stayed on the street until November.
Stayed for 6 months. Now, Miss Wilson, my next question to you is, within that 6-month period, what did you do to try to get back your van?
I had Mr. Leach call her, who was a community advocate, to try and come between and talk to her about giving me my van back. And she kept giving him stories off and on. You can pick the van up.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just go and get it if it was on the street?
Well, she's telling you a story that my son DJ'd for her like he knew her so well.
Listen to me.
She would not give us the address to go and
That's
pick
not
it up.
true.
She says, come
Your
and pick
Honor.
it up, and she never gave
Your Honor.
anybody. Here's a witness right here, Your Honor, that she said, come and pick the van up. She says, I'm going along with everything. Everything is fine. You can have your van back. I don't want your van. Have someone pick it up. I said, okay, Mr. Leach, you call her on the telephone.
Mr. Leach, step up here,
Mr.
please.
Leach, would you step
Mr.
up,
Leach.
please? And
Sir, listen to me carefully. Shh. Miss Wilson.
Yeah.
I would like you to give me the months that you called the defendant with regard to this van.
Your Honor, I got a call somewhere around August, around maybe the beginning of August, somewhere around there, because Miss Wilson doesn't have a driver's license. And to try to resolve it, I spoke to the defendant, Miss Harris, to try to make arrangements to go pick it up. Well, she said, okay, you can come and pick up the vehicle. I says, okay, well, we'll pick it up the Wednesday or something. But something came up that I couldn't go and she couldn't
Just a
meet.
second.
Yeah.
She said, come and pick it up.
Yes.
So the next question that an intelligent person would ask, and you sound like an intelligent person, sir, is, where do I go to pick it up?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. I wasn't given a location.
Just a second.
Okay.
You knew where she lived.
No, I didn't.
Well, you had a telephone number. You spoke to her on the phone. You
Yeah, I
called
was
her.
speaking on
You
on
spoke
her
to her on the
cell
cell
phone.
number.
Cell
Okay.
phone.
Cell
yeah,
number.
sure.
Okay. Now, the plaintiff's son knows the defendant.
But
Don't
not as well
speak.
as she said she does.
I didn't ask you
For
a
5
question
years.
other than
Oh, come on.
your
Like-
son knows the defendant.
Yes,
the answer
he
is
does.
yes.
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay. So you know where she lives.
No, we don't.
If you speak again when I'm not talking to you, I'm dismissing your claim. That's the rule, Miss Wilson. Do you understand? That's my ruling. The next time you speak out without my addressing a question to you, I am dismissing your claim. Is that clear?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. When you spoke to her, sir, and I want you to listen to me very carefully, you first said you spoke to her the beginning of August, and you said, I'm going to come and pick up the van. And then you said something came up and I couldn't go. Is that right?
Correct.
So you must have known where to go, sir. If something came up and you said, I couldn't go, you're an intelligent person, Mr. Leach. Don't mess with me.
Yes.
So
I was.
you-
Yeah. Okay.
so
I was
you knew
advised by the defendant that my godson knows where she lives. Okay.
Fine.
Then
So-
we made another arrangement.
Just a second.
Sure. Okay.
So he knows where she lives, and that's where the van was. Is that right?
Correct.
So then we don't have an issue as to where she lives and you didn't know where to go.
Okay.
When was the next time you called her?
It probably was about Friday. And I'd asked my godson, do you know where she lives? He goes, I've only been there one time. I'm not sure exactly. I don't know the number or whatever.
I don't believe that.
So-
I don't believe that
Yeah.
for a minute, Mr.
But I'm
Leach.
just saying that's exactly what happened.
I don't
So-
believe that for a second. But you made another
All right.
appointment?
I made,
to go?
made another arrangement. This time she couldn't keep the
When
appointment.
was that?
It was probably the following Friday.
Okay, so that you remember.
Right.
Good. And what happened?
And at that point, she wasn't able to make it, and I had nothing to do with it after that. That was finished. I had nothing else to do with it.
So now my question comes back to, you have the paperwork on this van, Miss Wilson. So you have the title, you have the registration. The defendant does not. Between August and November, when she says the van was towed, why didn't you take another key? And don't tell me you didn't have another key, because if you didn't have another key, you take a locksmith with you. They go in, you say, this is my van, here's my papers. I lost my key. You take the van and go.
Your
And she
Honor.
sues you for $300 for the deposit.
Your Honor, the reason why I didn't do that is because I asked my son for the address since they never gave, both of them spoke to Mr. Leach. Neither one of them would give him the address, but they kept on saying, come and get it, come and get it. Like, where is he supposed to get it from? My son said he does not remember her address. He knows she lives in the Bronx.
Can I tell you why her son said that? Her
Maybe
son
he
said
took the
that,
van.
and I'm really gonna get him in trouble right now. But her son, both her sons, her oldest son and her middle child, both said the reason why we won't tell our mother, even when she filed the small claims, they had the wrong address. They know my address. The reason why they didn't give her the address was because they said it was foul how my mom sold you the van and then wanted to take it back to give us to our younger brother who doesn't deserve it.
My sons know you're a thief.
I have no reason.
They
I'm an
know
officer.
you're a
I have no
thief.
reason to
And
steal
that's
a van. I have a
reason why
car.
you should have brought it
Ma'am,
back.
ma'am, I
because
have.
you're an officer.
I have a car.
Listen to me.
I have a car.
Just a second, Miss Harris.
Yes.
Miss Harris, I don't really feel badly about doing this because I don't believe Miss Wilson has a claim. But she just violated my rule, which was if I wasn't speaking to her, she was not supposed to speak. This is a courtroom. This is not her playground. So I do not believe that you owe her $3,000, which is what she's suing for, and you don't have the van. And she spoke when she was directed not to. Your case
is suing his ex-fiancée, Betty Sestella, for the return of an engagement ring and wedding band and unauthorized bank withdrawals. Betty is countersuing for the cost of an engagement necklace and for the return of her money.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 322 on the calendar in the matter of Pritchard versus Sestala. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
All right, the engagement didn't work out. Why can't you two folks just, put a period and get on with your lives? Any reason? You want your engagement/wedding ring set back.
Yes, ma'am.
And you claim that the defendant also took money out of a bank account.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant wants her engagement necklace back that she gave you, She wants reimbursement for some jewelry that you pawned of hers. And she wants a return of money that she said she put in your joint bank account that you were supposed to be saving. Were you living together when you were engaged?
Yes, ma'am.
And when did you give her the engagement ring?
May 11th.
Tell me the circumstances around you giving her the engagement ring.
Was
it a surprise?
No, ma'am. She went with me and picked out the rings and helped
She
negotiate
went to the store
price.
with you?
That's correct.
So far, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me about this engagement necklace. When did you get that?
I believe it was in April.
It was May, actually, May 3rd, that I purchased the necklace.
May 3rd. But you
Yes.
gave it to him before you got your engagement ring.
Yes, ma'am. It was at the jewelry store that we were going to purchase my engagement ring at.
I want you to tell me the circumstances surrounding you giving him the necklace.
Okay. We had broke up at one point, and he had pawned my wedding band from my ex-husband, his gold chain, and a Texas ring of his. He told me when I got the stuff out of the pawn that for me to go ahead and give the gold chain of his to my eldest son. So that's what I did. So whenever we were looking at jewelry there at the jewelry...
So you got the jewelry out of the pawn shop?
Yes, ma'am.
How much was it to get the jewelry out of the pawn?
$180.
So you had all the pieces of jewelry in your possession?
Yes.
Do you still?
The only thing that I still have is the necklace.
What happened to the other property?
I gave it back to him.
Including your wedding band?
No, this is my wedding band from my ex-husband.
Well, so you kept that?
Right, because that was not from him. It wasn't his.
No, I understand that, but you kept that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you kept the gold necklace?
Correct.
What kind of gold necklace is it?
It's a Figaro chain.
Can I see it, please?
And he told me to give it to my oldest son, Jeremy.
Okay.
So, in which I got it back from Jeremy.
Okay. Fine. Let's get to the necklace that you got him. Did you buy it on the day that you bought the engagement rings?
No, ma'am, because we went to another jewelry store and found something less expensive, and we purchased those, which was just a few days within one another.
How much did you pay for this necklace?
$525.
You have the receipt for it?
It's on the back of my check. They did it like if it was a credit card. And it's from Northlake Jewelers, which it says on the back.
Mm-hmm. And do you have the receipt from the engagement rings?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see them, please? Okay. Where is the necklace?
It's at home.
You want your rings back? Your rings are clearly more expensive than the necklace.
Yes, ma'am.
So why don't you give her the necklace back and she'll give you the rings back?
Well, because it was not an engagement gift. It was a gift to replace...
A gift to replace what?
Part of her story's online, but the necklace part, I didn't tell her to give it to her son till after she had already gotten it out of pawn, and I knew it was in her possession at that time. She wasn't going to give it to me anyway.
Because you were fighting at that point?
That's correct.
Yeah.
But when we got back together, I did tell her, I want my necklace, because I was afraid she had given it to somebody else.
What did you do with the money that you pawned the stuff for?
I bought groceries and stuff for her and her kids.
Is that right?
No, I don't know when he pawned it or what he did with the money.
Let me ask you this question.
I don't know.
You were living together for a period of time, for this period of time, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you working? Working. And
At
you
that
tell
moment?
me where, for whom, and how much you were earning. So my question is, at the time he pawned the jewelry, were you employed?
I believe I was.
Believe
and
you
the reason,
were.
The reason I say is because it's been almost a year.
Well, I want you to think back. Think back.
I was
When
working.
did you-
Yeah, I was working as
For whom?
For the state of Texas. I was a boot camp drill instructor.
What were you earning?
I was earning $7.25 an hour.
How many children do you have?
I have 3.
Can't support yourself and 3 children on $7.25 an hour.
No, ma'am. My children live with their father.
So it was just the 2 of you?
And his 2 children.
Ah. So was she in fact working as a drill instructor at that point, sir?
No, she had already quit, but her kids came for visitation, and at that weekend was in between my pay periods, and we didn't have any money. And all 3 of them came, and we needed some money.
Okay. What kind of work do you do, sir?
I'm a private investigator.
So if you want these rings back, and if you want to terminate this relationship in a most agreeable and less stressful manner as possible, why don't you just give her back the necklace? She's going to give you back the rings, and then we've resolved part of this lawsuit.
Because I like the necklace.
Is it worth more than $2,500?
No, ma'am.
That's what you paid for the rings. That sounds fair to me, doesn't it?
If you feel that, I don't.
I sure do. So you're going to give her back the necklace, and she's going to give you back the rings. Then we've taken care of that. Now let's talk about the money. You say she took some money out of a bank account?
Yes, ma'am.
$600?
$662, something in that neighborhood. Yes.
Tell
ma'am.
me about that.
Well, it's my bank account, and the only money that was in that bank account was money that people had written me checks for cars or something. No money of hers ever went in that bank account.
Was it a joint bank account?
I did put her on the bank account, that's correct. But when she left, I requested the ATM cards and the credit cards.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Curtis Pritchard says ex-fiancée Betty Sestala refuses to give back his engagement ring and wedding band. Curtis also says Betty helped herself to his bank account.
I'll hear you.
Every week that I got paid, I gave Curtis my money. I worked from May 11th to August 9th.
3 months.
Yes, ma'am. I made $8,400. I didn't spend $8,000 in living expenses and stuff.
How much did you spend?
I don't know.
Well, how do I know?
Well, the reason that I say that is there's no way I could have possibly spent $8,000. I'm not a high-maintenance girl.
I don't know whether you are, whether you're not, but if you have a joint bank account and you're putting money in, and I assume you were putting money in the
No money
account?
went into the bank account.
What?
No, none of her pay ever went in the bank account.
Well, what happened with her $8,400? What happened with her $8,000?
She would get paid. She would give me some of her money, not all of it. She gave me some of her money. That's true.
Well, how much did she give you?
I couldn't be exactly sure, but you know, she's telling. She gave me some of her money, but I mean, it would cost $600 to $800 every time she wanted to go visit her kids, hotel, food. She'd go shopping all the time.
So it would be a fair statement that you commingled your funds.
That's
Is
correct.
That a fair
Yes, ma'am.
statement? And you're not married.
That's correct.
No, he's divorced as of yesterday.
Well, but you're not married now.
No, ma'am.
You folks cannot expect to come to court and have somebody else unravel these very intricate financial woes that you managed to get yourself into. And what I said at the start of this case was, you're two people, you started a relationship, it didn't work out, why can't you just put a period and move on? You clearly spent money during that 3-month period.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know whether you went to visit your children like he says you did, and he has no proof of what you spent. So I would be doing a guest job, and I don't do guest jobs.
Your Honor, the day that he kicked me out, told me to get the F out, I left walking, and I went without a dime, without any clothes but what I had on my back.
Just a second.
strange man picked me up on the side of the road and...
Listen to me. You don't get compensated for that. You've had an on-again, off-again with this man clearly for a long time.
And he's the one that's been the one that's made the money off of it because I don't have a dime because he has it all.
Next time you should know better.
I've also sent her money when she needed it. She called me, asked me. I've got MoneyGrams where I sent her money.
Let me see.
So I mean, it's not like she. This is in addition to that $600 she took. Plus, I just gave her $2,900 just a few days ago.
On the 1st of October of this year, did he send you $200?
Yes, ma'am.
What for?
For me to, I had my children that weekend. My son had a paintball competition,
And you
he
called
sent-
him and asked him for money and he sent it?
No, I didn't call him. He called me.
So he called you when you said you needed money?
No, I didn't. He asked me if I needed any money.
Fine. So he sent you $200 on the 1st. Then I have another transfer here to you in September.
Mm-hmm.
The end of September for another $300. What was that for?
For just basic living expenses because I went there without a dime.
He's not responsible for you.
No, he's not. And he
He's
never
not
has
responsible.
been.
He's not a. He doesn't sound like a cad to me.
Well,
did he give you? Did he give you other? Did he give you other money just last week?
No.
Are you lying to me?
No, I'm not. I have no reason to lie about it.
Well, I think you do. In any event, I'm going to cut the following order. Mr. Pritchard, listen to me, sir. You're going to part with that great necklace. You're going to give it back to her within 5 days, and she's going to part with the rings. You have one that you're wearing now?
That's the only one that I have.
Where's the other one?
He has it.
Take the ring off. Give it to Bird.
There's other things that you're not hearing that makes him not sound like such a cad. That's not it that I couldn't sue him for here. from where he borrowed $5,000 from me, and he sold the truck that he had gotten a loan on, and I've not got that. I got $600 of that, which I have the paperwork in my purse.
Mr. Pritchard, you want her son to have this necklace or you want it back?
No, Jeremy can have it.
Give it back to her. You to get the engagement necklace back to her.
Yes, ma'am.
Keep it simple. That's all.
Why is that excuse? You may step out.
I don't think that it's right that a man can keep everything he earned.
Didn't go quite like I thought, but I believe she was fair.
He wasn't working, and there was no money, and I had to make a living.
We're both kind of hard-headed, I guess.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Adams versus Canham. Step forward, please.
18-year-old student Jennifer Adams is suing her former classmate, 17-year-old student Christy Canham, for breaking her ankle during a fight.
Miss Adams, according to your complaint, the defendant assaulted you, you were injured, you want to be compensated. That's what the case is about. How do you know her?
We went to grammar school and to high school together.
Where did this assault take place?
At Annie's house.
At this young lady's house?
Yeah.
When?
October 2nd, 2001.
What was the dispute about?
The dispute was over a CD, but there's more to it. In August of this year, we had a get-together also at Annie's house where everybody had gone in the house except for Christy and my fiance. And after everyone was inside, she said something to the extent of, fiance or not, I've had guys cheat on their girlfriends with me before. So he came in the house and he told me about it and didn't do anything about it at that time. We all went to bed and we hadn't seen each other really during this time from August to October when the incident happened. My CDs had been left at the restaurant where she works and somebody had gone through them.
You went to the restaurant where she works?
No.
Who left the CDs at the restaurant where she works?
Her little brother had my CDs, left them at the restaurant. Somebody went through them and took out a whole bunch of CDs, but she took one and took it to Hawaii with her.
So she had one of your CDs?
Yes.
Okay.
So I went out to Annie's on October 2nd.
What did you go to Annie's for?
Because we're friends.
Was she expecting you?
It was just we go out there all the time. Nobody expects anyone.
The defendant was there?
Yes.
Did you know the defendant was going to be
No.
there? So when you walked into the house, who was present?
Annie, Jimmy, and Stephanie.
Who's Stephanie?
And she's another friend of ours.
And the defendant?
Yes.
What happened when you got there?
When I got there, I walked in the door. Chrissy was standing on the opposite side of the room. I asked her where my CD was. She just kind of stood there looking at me. And I said, you heard me, where is my CD? She said, at my house. And I said, well, you better get it. And she asked why I was yelling at her. I said, because I didn't like her anyways, and her stealing my CD was the last straw. She asked me why I didn't like her. There was more arguing during this time, but when I said that I didn't like her, I said it was because she was a scandalous. And I went to walk into the kitchen, and I turned my back. She was sitting in a chair.
So she was sitting?
Yes, she was sitting. By this time, she was sitting.
Was she sitting at the time that you came in and started calling her names?
No.
She was standing?
Yes.
But then she sat down?
Yes.
Okay, so you're walking into another room, she's sitting?
Yes.
What happened next?
So I went to walk into the kitchen. I saw her out of the corner of my eye come at me. So I turned around. She went to hit me. I blocked her hit, put her in a headlock. So I had her in a headlock, and she was hitting me, and I was hitting her. She couldn't get away from me, so she turned me sideways, pushed me to the ground, snapping my ankle in 2 places. And Annie came over and pulled her off of me. When she did, Christy kicked me while I was on the ground. And then Annie helped me up. I walked into their computer room because that's where Stephanie was. It was about 10 feet. And Annie came in to see if I was all right, and I said, no, you need to take me to the emergency room. I can't walk. Jimmy came and picked me up and carried me to the car. While he was carrying me to the car, she was standing on the steps of the front of their house yelling, "You stupid, get back here, I'm gonna kick your ass." I couldn't even stand. So Jimmy puts me in the car and we're going to the emergency room. I told Annie, I said, "She hit me first." Annie goes, "I know, but she's only 17.
She didn't hit you first. It's not what you just told me. It's not what you just told me at all. You said she went to hit you, and you grabbed her and put her in a headlock.
She went to hit me, and I blocked her hit. She was still coming at me, and that's why I put her in a headlock.
That's not what you said to me. You said, according to you, she went to hit you, you blocked her, and put her in a headlock. That's what you just told me.
And I put her in a headlock because she was still coming at me. And we were
And what did you
hitting each
do
other.
when you put her in a headlock?
She was hitting me, and I was hitting her.
So you had a fight?
Yes.
And you got the worst of it?
Not. She pushed me to the ground and busted my ankle.
She pushed you to the ground during the course of a fight that you started.
She came at me.
She pushed you to the ground during the course of a fight that you started.
I was walking away from the situation, and she came at me from
after you had
behind.
started it.
So
if you were going to testify, is that what you would testify to? Exactly what she said? Huh?
Yes.
Perfect. Somebody's going to always get the worst of a fight. Isn't that right, Bird?
It's usually how it happens, Judge.
Usually how it happens. This time you got the worst of the fight. You walked into your friend's house and created a scene, and you didn't get any response from her the first time. You said to her, "Give me the blank CD. Give me the blank CD." Then, clearly, according to you, I'm not even going to her. According to you, she was standing, but then she sat down. And then you continued to call her names.
We were yelling at each other.
She didn't start yelling at you. You walked in and immediately, according to you, started to call her foul names. Right?
Yeah.
So you got a broken ankle? Huh? You got a broken ankle during the course of the fight?
Yes.
That's what happens. Suck it up. That's all.
All these are excuses. You may step.
6-year-old Danny Valenzuela is suing his son, 19-year-old student Danny Valenzuela Jr., for the cost of a car he totaled.
Order. All rise.
3 times. Yeah, this is case number 307 on the calendar in the matter of Valenzuela versus Valenzuela. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Valenzuela, the defendant is your son.
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
According to your complaint, your son was driving your car and he had an accident. As a result of the accident, your car was totaled.
Yes.
The insurance company gave you some $1,800 for the car, is that right?
Actually, it's $1,187.81 was the offer.
You want your son to pay the difference between what you're going to accept from the insurance company and the blue book value of the car.
Yes. Honest, to begin with, Your Honor, I don't really care about the money. My wife and I are both here to hopefully, with your help, teach my son a lesson. Teach him to be a responsible adult instead of a young kid, 19 going on 14.
Well, the first thing, Mr. Valenzuela, is you have to teach your child is that if you have family disputes, you keep them within the family and you don't go to court. That's number one.
That's the first thing we tried.
Okay. Because going to court with a child is usually
The hardest thing we've done.
Well, it's a hard thing to do, and it's not only a hard thing to do, it usually doesn't promote family harmony in the long run. But that's really what you want. You want him, according to your papers, to pay the difference between what the value of the car was and what your insurance company is prepared to give you.
That's what I put in the thing.
And the defendant says that he was given a settlement. Is that right?
Yes.
For this accident. And after he finished paying the attorney's fees and the fees to the doctor that probably the lawyer sent you to, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, very much so.
Just pay attention. After you finished paying the lawyer and after you finished paying the chiropractor that he probably sent you to, he sent you to a chiropractor?
Yes.
How did I know that?
You the boss, applesauce?
Yeah. That you got $1,600 for your pain and suffering, and it's your pain and suffering, and your father should not be entitled to any of that. That's your defense, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tell me about the accident, sir. When did you have this accident?
January 28th, 2000.
Okay.
And I asked to borrow my father's car to go pick up one of my friends. And I was going along and I was driving, and this guy just pulled out in front of me and made me swerve out of the way, and I ended up hitting one of the power poles or whatever there. And then
What company did you settle with? Your father's insurance company or the other car's insurance company?
they had the same insurance company, actually.
Well, who did you sue?
His insurance company, I guess.
I'm
guessing.
asking you, sir.
His insurance company.
The other person's
Yes,
insurance
yes.
company. And the other person's insurance settled with you.
Yes. For pain and suffering I endured.
No, I understand that. But if
Yes.
they settled with you, that must have meant that they found that the other car was at fault. Is that right?
Yes, they found that their driver was 25% at fault, and my son was 75% at fault.
Oh, you have those papers?
What percent?
This is the police report, and here's the liability right there.
I don't know anything about those percents.
You don't know anything about anything.
Like I said, Your
You had a
Honor,
lot of pain and suffering. I want you to tell me all about your pain and suffering. First, I want you to tell me, after this happened, when did your pain and suffering start?
The next morning I had whiplash in the neck.
Tell me all about it.
When I woke up, my neck was just like, I couldn't even really move at all. Like it was hard for me to move. Like every movement was pain for me.
So,
And then
and how old were you at the time?
18.
What were you doing at the time? Were you working, going to school?
Oh, I was a student.
You were a student?
Yeah, high school
Where?
student.
Cal Poly Pomona.
I was going to Apple Valley High School.
No, don't look at him. Look at me. Look at me. So
Okay,
you were
I was going to Apple Valley High
school.
School. I was a high school student the date of the accident. And the pain that I
Just a minute,
endured.
did you go to school the following week?
Yes, I think so. I'm not.
When did you go to see a lawyer?
I'm not sure.
Try to think.
Within the week or so?
Approximately about 3 to 4 weeks after that.
And how many visits to the doctor did he have between the time of the accident and the time you went to see a lawyer?
About 3 or 4 times.
Before you went to the lawyer?
Yes.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, with honors.
Perfect, which means that you didn't miss too much school because of all of this pain and suffering, right?
No.
Mr. Valenzuela,
Yes.
Mercury Insurance, I gather, insures both you and the other car.
Yes,
Is that
they do,
right?
Your Honor.
Well, Mercury Insurance Company did pay him in settlement to settle a claim for what they perceive to be his pain and suffering. You are not entitled to that.
Okay.
According to him, he got a net check of $1,600.
Neck and back.
Oh, I feel so sorry for you. The accident was mostly your fault. What do you want me to do? Throw you a party? A pity party?
He pulled out in front of me.
If you weren't going so fast, sir, you wouldn't have hit a pole. You're supposed to drive defensively. You're supposed to be able to stop on a dime.
I saved his life by not hitting him.
I'm not going behind what they found. This was your insurance company and their insurance company. You had the same insurance company. They found that you were 75% at fault. You were 75% at fault in causing the accident. And now I don't know whether they checked skid marks or whether they checked your odometer. I don't know what they did, but that's what they found. So if you were injured because you were going too fast in a car, and you must have been going pretty fast if you totaled the car, then that's what happens. Then you get a backache and a neck ache. What do you want me to do? Cry for you? You look pretty healthy to me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Danny Valenzuela says his son, Danny Valenzuela Jr., needs to be responsible for totaling his car. Danny Sr. claims his son has received a settlement for the accident and refuses to hand over any money.
What are you doing now?
Working.
What kind of work are you doing now, Mr. Valenzuela?
Sales.
What kind of sales?
Sporting goods store.
What kind of things are you selling?
Basketballs, tents, you know.
Things that you have to move around a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So clearly you are not totally incapacitated, right? As a result of this pain and suffering brought on mostly by yourself?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, right. Sir, if you have an 18-year-old child and you let him drive your car,
Yes.
you have to either have a lot of insurance or you don't let him drive your car.
Yes. The
That's
thing
what
where we started with this, though, was when he had the accident, I got him to the doctor and everything. During the next 2 weeks, he goes, Dad, I feel really bad about it. What I'm going to do is make it up to you and Mom. Whatever I get from the insurance, I'm going to make up the difference. I'm working. I'll pay you guys back for the car. Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. I said, you sure? I was I was impressed. My son's being responsible. 2 years later, he finally gets a settlement. I call him and says, hey, you know, you got a letter here. He reads it, goes, I'm going to sign, settle. Saturday comes, he gets a check. I call him again. I paid him. I said, you got your check. Comes home, says, I'll be right back. That was the end of September. The first time I seen him since then.
What happened? Shh. What happened?
Well, I got the check.
Yeah. Please. So I'm asking you.
I really can't say.
Oh, yes, you can. That's why you're here.
Yeah,
Well, this was money coming to my personal injury. This was a settlement for pain and suffering I endured.
Listen! But for the fact that you were out and your father let you borrow his car, you would not have been in a position to hurt yourself or to destroy his car. He didn't have anything to do with it but say, okay, you can borrow my car. Right? Not his fault. Most of this accident was caused by your negligence. And all your father is saying to you, hey, stop touching your nose and look at me. All your father is asking you to do is to be responsible, because you said to him, I feel terrible about what happened to your car, and whatever it is, I'm going to make it up to you, whether it's from the insurance settlement if I get one, or from a job that I have, whatever.
I'm sorry someone else made me crash your car. That's what I'm sorry for.
Mr. Valenzuela, you ain't getting it. Are you just thick? Your father and your mother are home. But for the fact that you were out in their car, they would have their car. Now, whether you feel a moral obligation, which you probably should, I'm sure your parents are hardworking people, just from a moral perspective, if you said to them, I want to make it up to you, which was the right thing to do, and then a couple of years go by, and say, well, now I got the check, forget about my moral obligation. All he wants you to do is to be a man.
Exactly.
I don't have $5,000 to just... Here,
There's no
Pop.
way. No. If you got a check and the whole check you got from them was $1,600, father's not looking for $5,000. Maybe what he puts here, but wasn't even your agreement with him. That's not even what you said to him. You said to him, "I'll give you the money when I settle with the insurance company." Isn't that what you said to him?
Yeah.
So why didn't you do that?
Because I think that whole check I deserved for myself. I think my neck and back pains was something I went through. He didn't go through that. I was in pain.
You caused it.
But I was in pain, though. I was in pain.
Just a second. You caused yourself to be in pain.
So then I caused myself to have that check.
Hey.
Oh.
I don't think you're going to get through.
What? I'm not going to get through.
Now you see,
today.
that's what we go through.
No, Mr. Valenzuela, you're not going to get through to him. Either he just decided that he's going to stonewall me, or he's pretty stupid. I don't know which one.
Actually, he's a very smart, charismatic young man.
Listen,
But
let me tell you something
he's
about
just not growing
charismatic.
up.
Let me tell you about
First nice thing he
charismatic.
said
He
to me
doesn't do a
months.
thing for me. He doesn't do a thing for me. Because right now, I'm not sure whether he's a wise guy or just plain dumb. Because the last comment that he made to me, if I caused the accident, then I should get the insurance money. Isn't that what he said? Something like that? That's what he said. If I caused the accident, I should get the insurance. What? He earned it.
He earned it.
He earned it. He earned it. Bird would ordinarily be on the side of a teenager. Bird likes teenagers. He really is all for teenagers. He thinks they're all terrific. And me, I'm not so sure. But Bird, he loves teenagers. Me, I like them medium rare. You got $1,600? You told your father you would give him the insurance proceeds? You changed your mind. There's no basis for you to change your mind, sir. You made an agreement with your father. That's what you have to give him. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,600. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
What did I do wrong? Someone else forced me into an accident, and then all of a sudden I'm here in court, and it's like a case all of a sudden. I don't know what I did. I still don't know what I did wrong.
I didn't really care about the money. It's just his actions. And I told him, grow up.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Sue versus Coran, step forward, please.
25-year-old loan officer Misty Sue is suing the father of her child, 24-year-old corporate trainer Robert Coran Jr., for unpaid utility bills and for half of a down payment on a car.
Miss Sue, the defendant is your former boyfriend. You have a child together, a baby. How old is the baby?
4 months.
According to your complaint, there was a time when you lived together briefly, and he left owing you certain bills, which is just a couple of $100s. You also claim that you purchased a car together, which he took. and you put down the down payment on the car. He's paid you back some of the down payment, but he still owes you, according to you, I believe, what, $600 on the down payment. He says the down payment was a gift and that he owes you nothing, right?
Yes.
When did you live together? From when till when?
Middle of April to August 19th.
Who was paying you rent?
I paid for the first month that I was in maternity. He paid for the second part of my maternity.
So he paid the rent?
One time, yes.
And how much was that?
$400.
Were you living there from April to August?
Off and on. After the baby was born, yes. I was there predominantly. The only thing is, she said I only paid 1 month during those months. And the money that she did have, she'd had enough to pay her June rent, but July and August were covered by myself. There was such a limited amount of money by the time she had the baby coming in. She was only working, maybe it was 8 hours. Sometimes it would be 12 in the course of a week.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Coran? Are you paying child support regularly now?
The judge just set all that in motion.
What do you mean all that in motion?
We had an agreement outside of, before child support, she tells me, okay, I need this or I need that. But we went last week.
To finalize an order, a set order.
What she had us do is we come in there, we write down a percentage of what we each work and what he would be paying. Well, he decided that what he has to pay is too much. He has not paid any kind of child support. If you count buying diapers once a week in which he misses weeks at a time,
No, that's not child
That's not child support. So, no, I am responsible for everything.
That's usually what happens. You didn't have enough of a commitment to make a commitment to each other permanently, and then you make this commitment to have a child, and that's what happens.
Your Honor, I have acknowledged that when the judge makes the decision of, okay,
how much,
I will go back retroactively. That's not an issue.
Okay. So if you're going to go back retroactively, I'm not going to entertain these other bills. I believe him when he says he paid 2 months' rent. I want to hear about this car.
I got $3,459 back on my income tax. Both of us were without a car. His car had got taken away, so he didn't have it. We were together at that point, and I said, well, why don't we go and we'll get a car together, and it'll make it cheaper on both of us, and plus with the child coming.
So you put down the down payment on the car of $1,000.
Right.
There's no discrepancy that she did, in fact, put down the original $1,000.
The agreement we had was we were not officially together. We had lived together.
You were together enough to have a child together.
Yes, we had spent November, December, January together.
I don't get into that. You were going to tell me the agreement was what with regard to this $1,000?
The agreement was because of I had supported her for 2 months in the Christmas season because she had stopped working, some issues she was dealing with. I supported her with rent and everything.
Is that true?
He supported it with rent. Yes, you are correct.
So he paid what, 2 months' rent?
Plus
1 month he did
utilities.
it. He did not do it both months. I supported myself. I got my food for myself. I did everything on my own until January. And he did not pay the rent because the people were coming to the house saying he did not pay it. So he can sit here and say, I paid it till he's blue in the face. It's not true.
It was paid.
You wouldn't have people knocking on your door in the lease office coming to your door if you paid it.
So your defense is that you supported her for whatever period of time prior to purchasing this car so that the down payment was?
She was going to put down $1,000. She needed $400 of it back immediately. It was as soon as I got my tax money back. But the other money was given to me. The car's in my name. There was no talk of putting her on the car. The insurance is my name. But the arrangement we were supposed to have is, okay, we're going to, if we're together or not.
You didn't say or not.
Or not.
No, Mr. Coran.
Okay.
I'm smarter than you are. Sorry. I'm smarter than you are, sir. If we were together, because you were planning on being together, this would be a car that was used by both of you.
But
and you purchased this car, was $1,000 down, and how much in payments?
It's $300 a month.
That you're paying.
Yes.
But Mr. Coran, you can't say to me, we talked about it, and the car was going to be mine. She was giving me the down payment whether we were together or not, because at that time, you weren't talking in terms of not being together. Otherwise, why would she take out $1,000 and put it? I'm speaking. Otherwise, why would she take out $1,000 for tax money and give it to you to put down on the car as a gift?
Her. Because I supported her, and she knew that in supporting her back in December, January, that I was taking the money that I didn't have that would have paid my car payment, and I lost the car over it.
You lost the car that you just bought?
No. I lost
that car you still have.
No, I had my Jeep. I'm saying I had a Toyota that I lost. I couldn't pay the payments because I was supporting her.
Listen, if you had made a minor investment, you wouldn't have had this problem to begin with all of her time off owing to pregnancy and confinement, and, that would have been a very minor investment. Do we understand each other?
I understand you perfectly.
Then you don't have to worry about all this stuff. You have the car?
I have the car.
Good. You give her back $600 that she put down on a judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $600. That's all.
Parties